It's no secret that many Americans love beer. Beer companies sponsor our sporting events and even NASCAR cars. And shoot, Budweiser even hosts their own music festival. Lit. Home brewing and craft beer, of course, can't be left out of a discussion. After all, just in 2016, there were 5,234 operating breweries in the United States, which is a distinct increase compared to the now seemingly tiny amount of 1,750 in 2010. Now for some, knowing how to make all the different types can seem like something only a mad scientist could figure out. But really, whether it's brewed at a massive factory, a microbrewery, or even a parking lot, it all follows the same basic process to eventually end up in your glass. So this is me, and this is me visiting one of the biggest and oldest breweries in America, Anheuser-Busch. I've been known to crack a few cold ones in my day, and definitely consider myself a craft connoisseur, which definitely makes my dad proud. But now that you know, or at least I hope you know, that I'm credible enough to speak on this, we enlisted the help of a brew expert. And this is Ben Darcy, a home brewer himself who works at Gravel Bottom Brewery and Supply Store in Ada, Michigan, and helps others learn how to brew too.
The beginner process is essentially to just sort of boil some water, add some extract to it, put the hops in there, cool it down, and pitch some yeast in there. And that's pretty much it. The all-grain version is a little more involved. It involves a mash where you actually take all of the grains themselves and sort of do a tea steep. And that's where you get all of your sugar from that the yeast eats. So, yeah, that's pretty much how you make beer at home. It's pretty easy.
It's really that easy. So either making beer is really just that easy to people who know how to do it and have been doing it for years, or it really is that easy. So we looked to the American Home Brewers Association to break it down step by step. Step 1 is to gather and clean your supplies. This includes a 4-gallon pot, a 6-gallon plastic bucket and fermentation bucket, and most importantly, desired hops and malts. Step 2 is to boil water. Yep, just water. Step 3 is you're going to add your malt extract. Malt is essentially just roasted barley, and it's what gives the beer its desired flavor, which means different roasts make for different flavors, like your porters, stouts, or ales. Step 4 is to bring the malt extract and water back to a boil and then add one of the most iconic parts of a beer, the hops. No, hops are not just something bunnies do. They're actually a flower, and this is also what gives the beer some of its flavoring. Take IPAs, for example. They taste really citrusy and flowery because they're made with more citrusy flowers. Step 5 is to get your fermenter ready. After you boil the wort, which sounds nasty, but it's actually just the water, hops, and malt mixture. You pour that into the fermenter and add some cool water and yeast and seal that bad boy up. Step 6 is you're going to shake the fermenter, and this provides oxygen to the yeast, which then eats the sugars in the malt and transfers them into CO2, which is what's going to carbonate your beer. This is also the famous process called fermentation. Now we just wait and wait and wait for about 3 to 4 weeks until we can finally bottle and drink the beer. Step 8 comes about 4 weeks later, and after this period of time, the beer has had time to sit still and actually get flat. So what you do is you add more sugar, re-wake up that yeast, and recarbonate your beer before bottling. Step 9, attach the bottle filler to your bucket, like an ale pail, and fill up bottles with your latest concoction. Step 10 is probably everybody's favorite part. You call up the gang, you crack a few cold ones, and you drink.
Yay!
So whether you prefer craft beers or bigger names, just know that it all started with the same basic process. Everyone adds their own flavors and unique twists, which is what makes beer so fun. But when you sip on your favorite beer, just know that it probably could have been started in someone's kitchen. And on that note, cheers to you.